Okay, with the sheet metal done, I'm moving on to the cockpit combing, which is done with an awl to punch through this and through the plywood into the other side, and then it's stitched up with cadaver thread. I do have a rubber hose here that's been split to put over the plywood and super glued on there to give it some thickness. So hopefully this should turn out to look pretty good. Okay, I'll show you guys how I connect or I make these cable ends for my flying wires. Come on, focus. For my Camel. The fork itself came from Mick Reeves back in the UK. One side is right-hand thread, the other side is left-hand. So when you twist this, it's going to tighten or loosen the cable or the flying wire. This is stainless steel. Regular solder does not stick to it, so I use this stuff. It's a silver brazing solder. It's expensive, but I'll tell you what, I love it. I trust it. It is rock solid, and it does not melt with low heat. I've got this nice little oxyacetylene torch. I'm actually using MAP gas and oxygen, and this come off of Amazon. It was about 30 bucks. This thing is fantastic. So let's get this thing mounted. Now, I'm trying to work around my phone, so this isn't really fun to do. I'm probably going to end up bumping the phone and getting mad and throwing the whole mess down the road. But anyway, all right. So I've already created a notch. You can see it, I hope. I've already created a notch in the stainless steel strapping. I put it in my little fixture. I get it over here where it lines up. And tighten it down. This is not easy working around this phone. Come on. And this stuff is bent. It was coiled up. It came coiled up, and it doesn't want to uncoil. All right, so let's do that. Come over here with the pliers, and we're going to give it a few little tweaks just to get it to even up down here. Like so. Now I'm going to move the camera in good and close, I hope. And I'll try not to burn the camera because the camera is my phone. All right, so I've got a scrap piece of this stuff. I got to reach in and I got to get some of this. It's more of a paste than anything. See it? And then we're going to put it right down here. You know, I've got to work off the screen on my phone because the phone is in the way. I can't even see what's going on. All right, so let's get, there we go. We got a bunch of paste on it. Now we're going to light the little torch. There. Let's see if I can find the... Hit the camera. Oh, stink. That's my family version of swearing. There, got it back. Okay. So now we're going to heat it up. And we're going to get this stuff, get it where it's just about cherry red. Then we're going to throw this on there. You see how it fills in that thread? And I'm going to run it a little bit up the wire. There. That is a good bond. I'm going to hit this with a little bit of carburetor cleaner to cool it off. I don't want to grab it like that. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like being branded. There. And we have a finished flying wire end, except for the little clevis. So we put the nut on. See, I've actually got a clevis and a nut already up in the airplane where I want this to go. Let me get that down there ways. All right, now I'm going to take this off the tripod and I'm going to show you guys. All right, so this is where it's going to go. right up there. You can see the one that's just hanging here. So I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to thread this thing down through. Okay, so these flying wires go through the wing and up underneath right here. They connect to the bottom of the landing gear, because on the real aircraft, that landing gear went right across to the other side, and then from there up the other wing. So it's all positively stressed. Same way with the front side. You see how it's stressed right through here? Goes all the way through and back over to the other side. So this thing won't buckle, believe me. Tune in next time. I need to do a whole bunch of little fluffy things. I've got some tubing that runs down here from the PDOT tubes that will be placed over here. So they go from the PDOT tube in here up into the wing. They actually cross over here, which is aluminum welding wire, TIG welding wire with a couple little eye screws in there and some heat shrink, because that's how they connected it when they put the wing on. And then it comes back down this strut, down into the cowling, and of course into the cockpit. I also have to build that little engine looking thing over here that's the air pump, because this aircraft did not have a fuel pump on the engine. It used compressed air in the fuel tank. And you can see the fuel tank back there. That's the main tank. And then the extra tank is right in back of the pilot. So it's kind of nice to know that when you hit the ground, all that fuel sprays all over you. So you get doused in fuel, and then you hit the engine and you're set alight. Maybe that's why the life expectancy of a World War I pilot was 17 days. Oh, by the way, on my airplane, this is the oil cap, or supposed to be the oil cap for the oil that was supposed to go into the engine. There's a little tiny hole in mine because that's the overflow for my fuel tank. So when I fill it up, oh, where do I fill it up at? Well, it's right here. You like that? Got a couple magnets and a piece of tin that's glued onto the back of that. And right in here is the fill hose. I need to do something where I can just pull it out. Yeah, but that's coming. See, it snaps right shut. How do you like that? To get to the rest of the radio gear on this airplane, this panel is removable. All these little wing nuts, they come off, and right behind it is the receiver and the cubby hole for the batteries. So this one's really cool. Doesn't do a thing. Anyway, keep watching my videos. I need to add some more screws up here. I need to add what's called the Bowden cables that come out from the gun mount inside and comes through this groove. And there's a turnbuckle that's down here that holds that on. That's why the groove's in the sheet metal. Same thing with this. That cowling snaps in over these grooves in this sheet metal. And in the early days, they had a problem with the air getting packed inside of the cowl to where it pushes the cowling forward and then hits the prop. This actually happened to Kermit Weeks. If you go check out Fantasy of Flight on his Sopwith pup, that happened to him. That was spectacular. So what they did is they ended up riveting on a hinge and then putting a thumb screw through there. So I still have to mount a plate or something on the back side of the cowl for a thumb screw to hold them on, and there's 4 of them. These are little dollhouse hinges that are soldered into some tin plate and then riveted onto the sheet metal. I've got a little fairing I got to put around here. I've got some fairing stuff that goes right up here so that doesn't look so ugly. Let's go across the top here. I've got a couple of gas caps to make, one here and one here with a nice little metal ring. They were either aluminum or brass, because you didn't want any sparks when you went to fill the tank. So next episode, I will be running my aileron cables through the pulleys. I've had some questions about, hey, how are you going to make the ailerons move? Well, it's going to be just like the full-scale aircraft, in that this cable runs from inside here down the leading edge of the wing, through the cable to the aileron, up through this connector, and then back up to here to this aileron horn, inside the wing, into the here, all the way over to the other side, and it loops all the way back around, back down here to the control stick. So that's exactly how I'm going to run mine. I've already tested it. Those pulleys have ball bearings in them, and they are silky smooth. And with the cable wrapped around there, they are very smooth. So I don't have a doubt in my mind that this isn't going to work. So anyway, that's episode 14 done. Please like and subscribe. If you like my videos, show it. That gets YouTube to put my content out there. And hopefully someday I might be able to get monetized. And if I get enough requests, that big ugly hole here, I don't know if I'm going to fill that with the dummy engine that came with the kit, or if I'm going to build an actual running Clerget 9B rotary engine. So stay tuned. I am really close to thinking I'm going to build the engine. Catch you mad modelers later.